So I want to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the science. Let's get nerdy here for just a little bit and talk about what makes this lens different. Now, another reason that it costs so much, I mean, that machine that we use to do the adjustments costs, it's six figures. It costs that much. And if you've ever seen it, it looks pretty basic from the outside, but if you take off the cover and you see the number of wires and lenses that are in there, it is intense. It's something that I don't like to be too close to because I don't want to sneeze on it and break it. It is an intense piece of equipment. Now, what that machine does though, it's applying a very particular pattern of UV light onto the lens. So the lens is actually made of silicone. And embedded in the silicone are macromers, these little molecules. These molecules are formulated in a way that they are activated by the UV light and they bind together. So what happens when the macromers and the molecules bind, they create a concentration gradient. And then the free-floating macromers will migrate, just like salt in water. It's properties of diffusion and osmosis, really. It's not osmosis, there's no water involved, but diffusion. So these free-floating macromers will migrate and the lens will swell. And it's so predictable that we can create micrometer shifts in the shape of the lens to match a glasses prescription. So that process starts at about 12 hours after an adjustment. So when somebody comes down, they sit in the chair, and I have a little lens that we use to hold their lids open. I'm applying a very particular pattern on that lens. Now, once we have that lens in a shape that we need it to be, the final stage is that lock-in. And the lock-in is where we're applying a broad beam onto the lens itself. We're applying UV light to every remaining molecule in that lens, and that's what causes the lens to freeze up. Anything to add on how it works? I think that was pretty,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I love the wonky part. So I'm gonna maybe just take it up just a little bit higher altitude and say, all right. So when you get a pair of glasses, so you sit behind this device called the phoropter, and the doctor will say better one, better two, and then you try to choose what you like. You say, I want to see it again. Okay, better two, better three, and they'll come up with the best solution for your correction. And it's a set of numbers. There will be numbers that they can write out. And those numbers then can be sent to a very, very high quality grinding system that will make glasses. That's how your glasses are made. Those numbers provide the ability to mill a set of glasses that go into the frames of your eye, of your on your bridge of your nose, and that's what focuses the light. What this does is it takes those same numbers, it's the refraction that would have or could have been used to make glasses, and now it takes this extremely high-tech deformable mirror, literally hundreds of thousands of little micro lenslets, micro mirror reflective surfaces that take the wavefront, that take the shape that would have been translated to make glasses, and it creates a level of illumination that is variable in the exact prescriptive correction to shine onto the implant. Think of it as you're now milling a new prescription onto the implant. You're taking and you're making glasses on the implant. And the translation of the molecules in the implant, it's literally molecule by molecule. So we're talking about nanometer differences in the shape to provide this optical surface. It is space age. And that is it's the time we live in. Smaller, faster, better, high tech, higher quality. We live in this time that is remarkable in terms of what healthcare can provide. And this is, I think, maybe just one of the best examples of how we can change someone's life in a very positive way using technology. Um, the individual who actually have the patent and developed this polymer that is deformable with UV light, they won the Nobel Prize. This is
Hmm.
a Stanford scientist. I mean, this is material science that is worthy of a Nobel Prize. And we are fortunate enough to be able to use this for quality of life changes in people.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably, we've been doing implants and cataract surgery since 1946. So,
Yeah.
really in the realm of medicine, that's not that long. This is probably the biggest advancement that we've had, at least in my career for sure. I mean, I don't know about your career, but probably the biggest advancement in the history of ophthalmology and lens implant surgery.